I'm with Dr. Frank Anania, who is with the FDA. He is a medical officer with the Division of Gastroenterology. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Dr. Anania, tell me a little bit about what your role at the FDA is all about.
So what I do for the FDA is I study and products that companies, or we call them sponsors, send to the agency at various stages of drug development for us to review and provide advice about their products, in particular the clinical trials, and we work very closely with pharmacologists and toxicologists to make sure that products ultimately that come to market are safe and effective for, in my case, liver diseases. And that's what I do. I don't work on viral products or tumors. I work on non-viral liver diseases like PSC, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So that's what I do.
What would you like members of the AASLD to know about the FDA, specifically when it comes to gastroenterology?
Well, first of all, I think that this is an exciting time to be at the agency. And I think this meeting will continue to underscore how important the scientific breakthroughs that we're making in liver diseases are and how they're translated into therapy. And right now, I think that the future for drug development and other molecular entities and devices for liver disease imaging therapy is explosive. And so I'm very excited to be on this new journey, if you will. I think many people don't realize that we do a lot more in the FDA than just regulate. We also look very carefully at scientific work. We look at where it's a very hypothesis-driven job. We look at data very carefully. We also look at the fundamental mechanisms, the basic science behind new discoveries for companies. So I think it's very interesting work, and we do a lot of teamwork. It's a very team-oriented approach to our daily activities.
What's the most gratifying aspect of your job at the FDA?
The potential to have a huge impact on behalf of the American people. I think that the real goal when you meet with people that have illnesses that we are facing in this country and in liver disease, you realize that the impact of working there is enormous because you have the ability to shepherd and help bring products to market that will help patients that are afflicted with some very significant diseases. And some of these we don't think about in familial intrahepatic cholestasis, sclerosing cholangitis are rare diseases but very serious and really impact the youth of our country and people in the prime of life. So I think that's the most exciting part.
So obviously the FDA is always looking for talent. Are you guys recruiting gastroenterologists? I know many of our AASLD members want to know.
Yes, we are, and in fact, this is the first year that the agency is going to have a booth in the exhibition hall. I think it's number 237. We welcome people to come by. We have a lot of information and a few gifts to give away. And we also, under the Cures Act, now can hire people directly, and I would encourage people that are interested to contact us, and we have contact information at the booth because we can have the resume and credentials submitted outside of the normal governmental process so that we can hopefully expedite our hiring. But yes, we are hiring both hepatologists and gastroenterologists. I would just say that hepatologists are in great need in many venues of society, and that's the same at the FDA.
One thing I'd like to know, because I know you ran a division at Emory and were in academic medicine, and what was your transition like and how did the FDA help you with that transition?
So I think many people don't realize that a lot of what is taught, they have a fairly structured curriculum for new people who come into the agency, so that you go to courses, you take courses, and really they're quite adept at helping people learn to write better. In fact, I wish that I had studied at the FDA. I would have been a better grant writer. We have experts to help people write. We have many courses to use a lot of the tools that we use in academics. Certainly, I think being a researcher helped me a lot. I think I was also going to say on behalf of the many people who will participate in our society, that really the foundation for a lot of what I do, and for my transition it was made a little easier because of my role as a physician scientist in the past. It's such an important component of all the work that goes on here at this meeting, in an industry, in academia, and also in the government. So that's a very helpful thing to have, but it's not required.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. You know, it's really an honor to have a representative from the FDA right here on the show. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
AASLD TV has all the coverage you want from this year's conference. Be sure to check out all of our content, which is updated every single day here on YouTube during the Liver Meeting in San Francisco.